Wasn't that a great story? I really liked it myself. Um, Even though Mr. Stieg wrote this book for mostly children, as you can tell, there were some words in there that we probably don't know, right? So what I'd like to do today is go over some of the vocabulary. But I want to teach you some tricks, some techniques for you to figure out what a word might mean before you even look it up on the dictionary, or in the dictionary rather, okay? So let's take a look at the handout that I just gave you, right? And that handout on the very first one has a sentence. One of his blank was collecting pebbles of unusual shape and color, right? Okay, let's take a look at this missing word. And in the book, the missing word is hobbies. All right, I'll write that up here for you, hobbies. One of his hobbies, all right, hobbies. All right, so what do you think the word hobbies means? Okay, now, some of you might already know this word, so this isn't for you, but I want you to follow along just the same, okay? What does this word hobbies mean? Anyone want to take a guess? Oh, I like that. You think that it means collecting. Has something to do with collecting. Okay, let's go along with that for now. What are some things that we might collect? What are some things you might collect? Okay, you might collect seashells. Good. Seashells. Did I hear coins? Good. T-shirts. Tell me about your t-shirt collection. What are you collecting? How are you collecting t-shirts? From every city you visit, you get a t-shirt. It says San Francisco, Los Angeles. Great. Okay, so you collect t-shirts. So the question then, does hobbies mean collecting? Does hobbies mean collecting? So one of his collections was collecting pebbles. I think you had the right idea that it has something to do with it, but it's not quite the same. All right, let's try this. Let's take a look at the word hobbies. What do we see at the end of the word? What do you see? A very famous ending. Yes, I-E-S. When we see I-E-S, what should we think of? It used to be singular. Good. And how would we spell this word as singular? H-O-B-B-Y. Hobby. Okay, so please take 2 minutes, or maybe less than that, look up the word hobby in your dictionary. Okay, so what does the word hobby mean? What does it say? An activity that one pursues for pleasure. It's something we do for fun. And Sylvester likes to collect pebbles. He likes to collect pebbles for fun, right? Joe likes to collect t-shirts for fun. It's his hobby, okay? What are some other possible hobbies? Yes, okay, you like to play soccer. Good. All right, we like to play soccer for fun. Anyone else? Tennis, okay, good. So sports can definitely be hobbies. We might also like something else that's not a sport. What do you like to do? Watch movies, great. Those are great hobbies. Okay, so just looking at the sentence, we saw collecting to give us a clue. We saw the I-E-S, and that also gave us a clue that this was not the original, the root word, right? That the original word was hobby. We looked up the dictionary and we saw that it meant that it was an activity that one does for pleasure. Someone does for pleasure, for fun. And we were able to figure out more hobbies, okay? So we're going to use the same idea for the next one on our list. What's the next sentence on our list here? Okay, we have, it was blank space, red, shiny, and perfectly round, like a marble. Okay, good. What is this it do you think we're talking about? Yes, it is the special pebble that Sylvester found, okay? And the missing word in here is flaming. It was flaming red. Flaming. What do you think flaming means? Someone said it. Someone said it has something to do with flames. It has something to do with a flame. What is a flame? What is a flame? Anyone know? Right? Just so we go back a little bit, someone took the ending, took it off, and put the silent E back on, right? So it has something to do with the flame. What's the flame? Yes, it is the part of the fire, right? So if we have a fire here, these are the flames coming off of the fire, right? So we've got a flame. It was flaming red. The pebble that Sylvester found was flaming red. Is it hot to touch? Was the pebble hot to touch? No, right. It was just the color of the flame, right? So the color of the flame of this pebble was red flame. What other colors might you have seen for a flame when you think of your gas stove? It might have a blue flame, right? So this is not a flaming blue, but it's a flaming red, like as in a fire. Okay, great. All right. Any other questions? We took a look at the sentence. We took a look at the ending of the word. Let's do the next one. All right. Mr. Duncan walked blank about while Mrs. Duncan, I'm going to just abbreviate here, set out the picnic food. On the rock. Okay, what was the missing word? The missing word today was aimlessly. Aimlessly. Can you have you guys pronounce that? Aimlessly. Good. So Mr. Duncan walked aimlessly. There are two people in this story, in this sentence, right? There's Mr. Duncan, Mrs. Duncan. But they're doing two different things, Two different things going on. So we have Mrs. Duncan doing something. Mr. Duncan is just walking aimlessly. What does aimlessly mean? Let's take a look at the word aimlessly. Do we see some endings in that word? Yes, we do. That's right. Less and ly, right? Ly, the li, tells us it's a good adverb. How we do something. Okay, so now less. What's less? Without, right? Without, good. And aim. What does aim mean? Have we seen that before? Very good. Ready, aim, fire. Right? We've heard that, right? Aim. Purpose. Purpose. So we took the word apart. Very nicely done, guys. We took the word aimlessly apart. We found the endings. So now we have aim, the purpose, with a target in mind, right? Less, without. did Mr. The ly is how, right? How did Mr. Duncan walk? Mr. Duncan walked without purpose.